All right, well, this is the morning of day 5. We are at Gold Rush, Harley Davidson in Elko, Nevada. And get us a couple of shirts, and I might get a helmet. Mine is thrash, and it's making my head dirty. So, looks like there's only one person working here today, so we're not going to rush anybody. But going to head down to Ely today and go to the Northern Nevada Museum down there and enjoy the ride. The weather's perfect today. It's been windy and rainy and dusty since we got here, and looking forward to the ride. So, all right, well, Gold Rush, Harley Davidson. All right, let's see what happens next. Well, we just finished breakfast over at Tokiona again, and with Jennifer's cousin and her husband, and we're going to go check out the Northeastern Nevada Museum. So let's go see what's up in there. Well, one of the things this museum has is a spectacular gun collection, the Bob Chow collection. Bob Chow is a gunsmith. It's really, really cool guns. 1911s.
How does that 4-barrel gun work?
Just,
Does the chamber roll around, or?
Mm-hmm. Blunderbuss. That's cool. I had an Arisaka Type 99 like that I inherited from my great aunt, but it was not in operating condition. It needed a lot of work, and I gave that to a friend of mine who collected World War II stuff. Not quite like the Mauser. I had a 7.65 Mauser, and I gave that to my friend Jim Calancini, who also collects. He collects guns, period, but really a World War II era stuff as well. That is a nice gun collection. Hey everybody, well, we are in Ely, Nevada at the Nevada Northern Railway Museum. I kept calling it the Northern Nevada Railway Museum, but that's what happens when you're not from around here. You don't pay a lot of attention to the things you read. So anyway, looks like a pretty cool place. Looks like a lot of stuff, a lot of buildings we can check out and whatever. So let's flip this thing around and get going. Well, first thing we're going to do is go inside the office buildings. This is where the brain work got done, I guess you could say. So let's check it out.
Pardon? Like I said, I guess you're the roadmaster.
Well, those are historic signs. The
Oh.
real signs are on the doors.
Oh, she's a curator.
And a financial officer.
Financial officer.
This is the dispatcher's office. And was the dispatcher's
Today
office
it's the
beginning?
office of the superintendent.
Today it is.
Historically, it was the dispatcher who was in this room. So
So this is still functioning.
They still use train orders here.
yes, we're still.
And that is the original
operating
clock
railroad.
Oh, wow.
to this building.
Yeah. And so we have track inspection going on right now, which you.
All right, well, I am assuming, I didn't ask the gal upstairs and she didn't say, I'm assuming this is where the clerks and telegraphers work. They probably typed out the orders upstairs. They probably had some sort of a system where they dropped it down either inside or outside to the people down here, and they took the orders out to the trains. Maybe we'll find out tomorrow when we come back and write it. But very cool. The Railway Express Agency, this may have been where they worked that as well. For those of you who don't know or haven't seen some of my videos where I discuss that, Railway Express was a predecessor of companies like FedEx and UPS. There's some rolling stock there. Kennecott is a copper company that this served. And some, again, as all of you know, I am not conversant with locomotive types. So I'm not sure what those are, but I know some of you are. And these are United States Army Transportation Corps locomotives. And I don't know what the function of that car there is, but I bet some of you do. Let me know in the comments below. And we are in the general offices in the main depot. Big dictionary from when people used to use their words. Copy machines. And it says the Nevada Northern began construction in 1905, and they stopped in 1983 when the copper mine closed.
I remember the highlighting.
This was the general superintendent's office.
I thought it was a nurse's office because
And that is copper flat pit that the railroad from the mine the railroad used to serve. Some first aid stuff. Transit. Surveying equipment on a train order hoop. And this was probably, corner office probably belonged to a honcho. Maybe it was H.M. Peterson's office. It looks like it was. He was the Nevada Northern Superintendent for 17 years. This one doesn't say what this office was. But there is a, no, looks like maybe, let's see. Oh, payroll. Payroll ledger.
Oh, so that's like what it looks like.
And there's another ledger there, all the stuff when people used to have to write. This was traffic manager desk. This is the traffic department. And the traffic manager, according to what it says here, he's a dispatcher, a telegrapher, and everything on this desk was originally here in 1907, including a telegraph typewriter, fan, and stapler. So this is where the train orders were typed. He was probably a yard master as well. They generally had bay windows like this so they could see what was going on. All right, some more rolling stock. I believe this is the train they use for the tourist excursions. You can see that open deck car with benches on it. You can actually book caboose parties, I guess, in this, up to 8 people, and you can actually ride in the cab of the locomotive. We're going to do that because it's really expensive. All right, there's the engine house. We don't have time to check that out today. We got here a little later than thought. We decided to spend the night here in Ely rather than we were going to go to the museum and then get out of here, but there's no place to stay between here and Fallon along Highway 50, so we're just going to spend the night in Ely, extend our vacation another day, and get home when we get home. Bless you, baby doll. Boiler building. Oh, it's a bathroom. Yeah, I guess in some respects it may still be a boiler building. And water plug there. And all right, let's walk around the yard a little bit. And here's some more rolling stock. You got some ore cars down there, and I'm sure that's probably I'm not sure, it's probably a water car or possibly a fuel oil car. I don't know. And there's looks like a ballast car right there. Crane. This looks like a snowplow or spreader of some sort. That's not a snowplow. Get the wrong kind of blade on it. But it sure is a cool looking piece of equipment. Doesn't say what it is. I don't know. It might be a snowplow. If you know, let me know in the comments below. Here's the freight building. I'm assuming that's what it is. That's what they used to look like. The loading dock on them. There's some more ore cars. And for those of you who saw my piece on wayside detectors, hot box detectors, dragon equipment, yada yada, the hot boxes, these were originally the boxes they talked about. And those were filled with lubricant. And they would get hot, and you would have to keep them lubed up. And trainmen used to carry stuff that was like in a big giant toothpaste tube. And it was hot box lubricant or coolant. I can't remember what they called it. But they had a hot box. They'd have to come and open that up and put that stuff in there. And I don't know what all these, I'm assuming they're airlines. They have the airtight docks in them. And I don't know if they use those to pressure up cars to move them. I really don't know. They're all over the place. If you know, let me know. And this was the Coach Cleaner's Tool House. All right, this building was originally built as the depot for Curry, which is north of here. And the Northern Nevada Railroad, for those who don't know, as I said, it served a mine out that way. And it went north and connected with the Western Pacific and the Southern Pacific up around Windover on the Nevada-Utah border. So when they didn't need this at Curry anymore, it was cut in half, loaded on a train, and taken to McGill, which is about, I think, about 20 miles from here. Maybe not quite that far. We went through it. And it was used for the depot at McGill for a while. And then it was moved here to Ely and became the chief engineer's office. This building here was originally the ice house. It was built in 1915. And though they didn't use a lot of refrigerator cars on this line, they did use ice boxes and cabooses and in passenger cars. And that's what this was. It is now used to store roadway equipment. All right, this is the coaling tower and the water tower. You can see that elevated track. Oh, let's walk over there and look at it. All right, this is the coal unloading track. And it would come up here. It would push loaded coal hoppers up here, the bottom dumps. And they would dump the coal through the grating, and it would be carried into the tower, into the elevator. And as you saw on the other side, the chutes that came down. See if they're the works that is angled down, and the coal would be dumped from the elevator onto that angled wood there and slide down into the loading chutes. You can see the platforms where the coalers, I guess. I don't know what their title was. If you know, drop in the comments below. This track under here, I'm not exactly sure what this would have been. There's a water spout there, you can see. So I don't know if they used that to water the coal they were taking elsewhere so the wind wouldn't blow it off. I really don't know. Again, if you know, let me know in the comments below. All right, moving on. All right, that is the scale house. You can see they would roll the cars over this scale track and know how much product was in a car. And that's always good for knowing how much power to put on a train and how not to make the train too big, too heavy, or whatever, and how much to charge the shipper. Interesting little car there. Oh, I think that was the car that they used to check the scale. I think that's what that is. That looks like just a solid weight on top of it. So, yeah. If I'm wrong, let me know, because you know that sometimes I'm wrong. The engine house, as I said, we will get inside there tomorrow after the train ride. I'm trying to hurry up. They close in this place in about 10 minutes. All the 3 of the vacations that I've taken this year, the one in February, the one 2 weeks ago, and this one have all been at elevation. And I've done a lot of walking. So I'm getting in some semblance of decent shape, I guess. It looks like probably a car repair facility over there. Maybe a machine shop or something like that. And there. like an original engine house there. You see the vents above where the locomotives would have been. This air brake testing house. Look at all those cool gears and stuff. Nope, this is an office. This is I don't know, maybe that's a generator or something in there. Yeah, this is definitely cool stuff, though. Yeah, machine shop. You can see the lathes and some of the other equipment in there. Master mechanic's office and warehouse. That's kind of right. Sometimes my assumptions work. Sometimes they don't. There's a Nevada Northern high rail vehicle. High rail number 1. This was the electric shop. Garage. And it's where they stored pictures of some of the old high railers they used to have here. That is cool. Yeah, awesome. Pontiac Fairmont High Rail motor car. That would be a great car to take to car shows. This was the firehouse. And then LV Boulevard, Las Vegas Boulevard. Milepost 1.60. I don't know. Cool signal cabin though. All right, well, headed back up to where we started. Pilot for one of the locomotives. Most people don't know that I was once a pilot. I worked for a guy, and he would say, "Hey, McGowan, go get that crap and go pilot over there." Crack myself up. Freight deck, love the old wooden architecture. I'm glad this one didn't burn down like so many others have. All right, well, this is something I didn't realize was here. This was the original waiting room in the main depot. It's after 5 and they haven't tossed us out yet. Jennifer abandoned me. She came sit down. All right, well, that will conclude day 5. We see we're at East Ely, and tomorrow we'll ride the train and check out the engine house. It was quite a trek for me. Jennifer bailed on me and went and sat down in the depot.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, signing off for tonight, and we will see you all tomorrow.